Bitcoin has just broken Wall Street. No, seriously, these numbers are crazy. We've had a record day. Jamie Dimon's off crying in a corner somewhere. I just know it. This is absolutely nuts what's going on right now. In fact, today was so bullish on Wall Street for crypto that even Ethereum got some inflows. I know what you're thinking. But it happened. It's crazy. We got that to break down. A lot of other great news for Bitcoin, cryptocurrency markets, where we are, retail interest picking up, and much more. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. Let's talk about the price of Bitcoin. So, of course, the price of Bitcoin, still, that weekly candle is just a thing of beauty, man. Like, I feel like we need to get that framed and, like, put up somewhere, maybe in the new studio. It'll be great. It's just right there. Look at that beautiful candle. Anyway, this is a fantastic breakout. Look at that. The initial breakout, beautiful, consolidated, came back down, retested, and just surged much, much higher. Price of Bitcoin, new high, almost 77, around $77,000. Absolutely excellent what we're seeing right now. So how does that compare to previous cycles? By the way, MACD, oh man, what an uptrend on that weekly, man. That's just beautiful. That could ride for 3-6 months, something like that. But when that bearish cross comes, take it as the sign that it is, that we could be cooked for a little while. But that's for later us to worry about, okay? And look at this. This is the last time we broke highs. And I know we had the early high break before the Bitcoin halving, and that kind of messed things up a little bit. I know, okay? But let's look at where we would, normally see an all-time high break happen post-Bitcoin halving, because the demand-supply mechanics just absolutely light this on fire. And with all these new institutions coming in, with Microsoft maybe buying US Bitcoin Strategic Reserve being talked about, Saylor's going to buy 42 billion, and just like crazy stuff going on. Anyway, this is last time, December 2020, a simpler time. I was a younger man then, had a lot less gray hair. Anyway, back then, we saw the price of Bitcoin consolidate under all-time highs for just a couple of weeks, similar to how we've seen in the past couple weeks play out price action wise. Then we had a nice candle break. We went from 20K up to about 24K in just a week. Now, I haven't seen quite that level of breakout yet, but Bitcoin's a lot bigger these days too. Then over a 4-week period, the price of Bitcoin rallied 100% higher, reaching 42K in early January 2021, before correcting down 30%, which was, of course, a mega dip to buy right there, before correcting down 30% over a 4-week period before starting the next major leg of the rally higher. Now, here's what the title of the video is about. Bitcoin just broke Wall Street. This is utter insanity. Wall Street, Bitcoin ETFs, BlackRock literally bought over $1 billion of Bitcoin today. Holy crap. Total inflows for the day, $1.373 billion. That's wild. These are insane numbers. You have to understand. That's 17,880 Bitcoin. That's about the equivalent of 40 days. 40 freaking days of fresh miner created Bitcoin. That's how much the market is going insane right now. You cannot keep that kind of demand up without running out of coins real fast. When I say running out of coins, I mean running out at these kind of prices, because when Wall Street comes up like a giant whale, and just, you ever see the video of the whale, and just comes up and like sucks all those fish in? This is what Wall Street's doing right now with Bitcoin. You cannot maintain this for very long, because when they're buying 15, 17,000 coins a day, literally more than miners can produce in a month, it just is unsustainable at current prices. It means the prices have to go higher, or you need to find huge amounts of fresh new supply somewhere. We've had all the supply overhangs sorted out mostly. There's still a couple countries like the UK's got 65,000 Bitcoin. Maybe they'll sell those off. But we've seen Germany sell their Bitcoin. We've seen other players sell off their Bitcoin. So all this has been happening. We've seen huge amounts of Bitcoin supply. Mt. Gox is even sorted out. Man, no more Mt. Gox problem. This is amazing. And so we've got a lot of runway without any major supply overhangs to get dumped into the market. And hey, the FTX guys are going to get their cash money soon, so they can still buy some Bitcoin when that happens too. Lots of positive catalysts coming. I like what Stackholder had to say here. He said, you're about to witness something no human in history has ever seen before. What happens when your infinite demand meets a finite good? Bitcoin is humanity's first finite store of value. No matter how much demand there is for it, you cannot create more. The only way to satisfy demand is to increase price to levels that convince people to sell. But it gets much harder to convince people to sell when major nation states start stacking. Okay. And we know, we've talked about this before, Bhutan, El Salvador, they're just tiny little countries. Yeah, well, now Russia's got a Bitcoin strategy, the UAE, Oman, Qatar's probably buying. I would not be surprised to see the Saudis involved. We know that America is now talking about it at the highest levels. China's looking over and going, oh crap, the Americans are doing stuff. And more on that in a second, actually. Big things are happening. The biggest institutions in the world, giant pension funds, massive asset managers, frickin' BlackRock, guys, come on. Are you seeing the big picture here? Hey, I got a massive deal for you guys here from BitUnix. So if you are a cryptocurrency trader and you want to trade on an exchange where there is no pesky KYC, you just come over here and trade freely. Okay, no KYC, no BS. All right? They've got an unmissable deposit bonus right now. So you deposit $200, you get $150 back. Sound pretty good, right? That's an awesome, awesome deal they got going on. It's a limited time deal. It's only running for about 2 weeks or so. So get yourselves involved in that if you want to try out a new exchange, especially one that doesn't require KYC, so you can trade with a bit more privacy and get some free money in the process. And who doesn't love free money? Link down below in the description. Go check it out. Thank you very much. Okay, continuing. The market was so bullish today, as mentioned. Even Ethereum has been seeing some bid from Wall Street. This is crazy. Now, yesterday we got $52 million of inflows to Ethereum ETF products. Today we got $79 million. Now, we're still negative net overall by about $400 million, but a couple of days like this, pretty soon, or a few more days like this, and pretty soon you're going to see positive inflows finally happening for Ethereum ETFs. Ethereum has been a hated asset for a while. We've been dunking on, the price is going up now. It's not really as much fun to dunk on my Ethereum bags anymore. And yeah, I'm a giant Ethereum holder. It's my second biggest position. If you want to see my portfolio disclosures, as always, link down below in the description, pin comment next. You'll find my current holdings, my OTC deals, venture round investments, all that kind of stuff there. Okay, so if you want to see what I hold, it's there. Anyway, I love dunking on my ETH bags, and with price going up, guess I can't really dunk on it as much anymore. Ethereum. Anyway, it's great to see. It's great to see. Jokes aside, it's great to see actually some nice bid coming in for this. And of course, it was always going to get bid. I mean, to think that the second biggest crypto asset was going to receive zero bid from Wall Street, it's crazy. Now, obviously, the launch was very abysmal, and it launched at a bad time in the summer when Wall Street's not really paying as much attention to markets anyway, and markets were feeling a bit jittery and panicky. Not anymore. New administration coming to the U.S., markets are feeling very bullish. They're like, yo, let's bid Ethereum, and I love to see it. This is what Ethereum looks like on the weekly. We've got our MACD bull cross brewing right down here. Boom. Flipped green on the histogram. Fantastic. Now, that's good. Obviously, we still have 2.5 days until the weekly closes, so we need to see weekly close to confirm that. Beautiful weekly candle going from 2,300 to gosh, 2,900, man, what a rally, 2,950 today. Beautiful. If you close the weekly candle like this, that sets us up for a nice continuation, a major breakout of what was once major price support, then major price resistance, now being flipped. We're going to crush resistance and gun much higher, probably new highs, or at least a test of previous highs in the next few months, assuming that general bullish market conditions continue, of course. Brian here shared the former CEO of Sotheby's, Tim Smith. It's his job to know value. He retired and studied Bitcoin and the economy we've just been in. He says, please, I urge you to understand Bitcoin as Bitcoin goes from 76,000 to 1 million and beyond. It's interesting. I saw this and it got me thinking. You don't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you. And there's been so many people who just, smart people like this guy, the CEO of Sotheby's. And there's been so many smart people who look and go, Bitcoin, huh? That's pretty interesting. And maybe they dismiss it at first. And then eventually somebody like, Michael Saylor, he dismissed Bitcoin at first, by the way. Now he's the biggest evangelist. And he adopted this Bitcoin strategy. And there's been a lot of smart people that have, when you look into it, when you really study what's going on and you understand it, you're like, holy crap, I need to get myself some of that stuff. Oh, yeah. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. We have had Interest rates drop in the USA 25 basis points. The UK also reducing interest rates. So the easing cycle continues, okay? Global liquidity index is soaring higher as major central banks all around the world lower interest rates, okay? And we see more money being printed into the system. It's all the perfect cocktail for a market rally, okay? Could be the final market rally of the cycle, but a market rally nevertheless. China's Central TV reports that Trump has promised to make the U.S. the world's Bitcoin and crypto capital and establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Gauntlet laid down, China. Will China actually pick up the mantle here and say, hey, you know what? We can't let the Americans have all the fun, do all the Bitcoin stuff. Maybe we should pass a bunch of sweeping regulations that sets up China's own strategic Bitcoin supply and that does more to innovate and foster crypto companies in China, which China, much like the USA, has been under a draconian regulatory scenario. China even worse than America, obviously. America has just been ridiculous, but China's been like straight up stupid with the way they've approached crypto regulation. But if China thaws and actually starts doing positive things towards crypto, which they're going to have to at some point anyway, and there's been a lot of reports that the Hong Kong Bitcoin ETFs and stuff like that could end up getting listed on the Shenzhen and Shanghai stock exchanges, mainland stock exchanges. So if that happens, big things, guys, big things. It's the big game is afoot now. Okay, the big game is afoot, and big things could start happening in the not so distant future. Okay, where we see the global game theory playing out between nation states fighting for Bitcoin. It's crazy stuff. Now, we're also seeing more retail interest. The Coinbase app has surged from under 500 to up to 117. So a lot of people seeing what happened, feeling bullish on the markets, downloading the Coinbase app and running out and buying Bitcoin and then probably dog coins and all the rest of the stuff, right? But it's interesting to see that we've seen such a big uptick. I mean, it's up 400 plus places in a week's time. I mean, that is pretty unusual. Okay, so we're seeing a big spike in interest towards cryptocurrency assets right now. Even Google Trends showing that Google searches for Bitcoin are surging right now. Okay, biggest trend spike in a long time, ever since the Bitcoin ETFs, of course. Very, very interesting. So great week for Bitcoin. Such a good week for Bitcoin that even Ethereum is getting some attention. Don't you love to see it? Guys, by the way, if you're not signed up to the newsletter, go sign up to the newsletter. Absolutely awesome newsletter. We're sending this bad boy out 3 times per week, keeping you guys up to date on everything going on in the crypto scene, altcoin alpha, altcoin deep dives, meme coins, airdrops, and much, much more. Check it out. 145,000 people a week reading this bad boy. You can get it to your inbox too. Link down below in the YouTube description. Pinned comment over on X. Thank you so much, and I'll see you back in the next one. Peace.